tube. Housekeeping. Yeah, of course. Norman Rockwell's Santa Surprise and a cherry wood, which I found at a antique store. I cleaned out the shank a little. It needed a little air, and it looks like it still needs a little more airflow. But I cleaned it out with a brush-style pipe cleaner. It seems to be doing the job as long as I puff on the stuff. Also, the tobacco is kind of moist too, so beg your pardon. Move back a little bit. Wearing the Irish hat in honor of my friend Glenn from Wicklow, County Wicklow, Ireland. Nice smoking pipe, I have to say. Which is cleaned up. I found this in an antique shop on Antiques on Elm Street, Manchester. This was going to be a reintroduction video. I try to do those about like once every year or so just to reintroduce myself to the YTPC. But today didn't feel like that. This whole morning was spent loafing, watching pipe videos. After this, I'm going to take a shower, do some more loafing in preparation for work tomorrow. I'm going to fall asleep on the easy chair because I cannot get to sleep in the bed when I have an early morning departure. It leaves at 8. Report time 7:55 a.m. tomorrow, but doesn't matter. Surprised at how well this smokes. Anyway, doesn't matter because it doesn't matter if I fall asleep in bed. It doesn't matter how early or late it is. I'm not going to get any sleep if I try to sleep in bed. So I just lay out the easy chair, pillow, blanket, and just catch some sleep, more sleep than I would if I was in the bed. Also, I want to beat the traffic going down to Boston too. So that's like, if I leave by 2 or 3 at the latest a.m., I should be fine. Then I'll just rest in Boston in the in-flight office and then report to my flight at the designated time and introduce myself to the crew, etc., etc. St. David's Pipes prompted us to mention relatively new pipe smokers, their channels, so I will do that. Rock and Steady, gentleman from Montana. There's a lot to say. I usually listen to his videos when I walk. Also, Old Man Stuff, he's from Wisconsin. Got a little Britophile like myself. Father of two, likes to talk about his pipes and his vintage collection of guns. Very nice guy, would like to hang out with him in his Wisconsin fishing shed one day if I ever get a layover there. I'm just putting that out there in case I'm in the neighborhood. So what's going on? Not a whole lot. I tarped up the firewood under the deck a couple days ago when one of my trips dropped. And by the way, I can't afford to keep doing that. As I told you, I'm a lazy shit. But not working doesn't pay the bills. So I have to keep it consistent this month. Unfortunately, I had a cold earlier in October, which threw the whole thing out of whack. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. My husband goes, "You have an excuse for everything." I said, "Yes, I do." And they're all cross-referenced and subdivided for easy access. But I admit I'm pretty lazy. I don't work unless I have to. Hobbit-like? Maybe. But I'm just doing me. One thing I learned from old man stuff is when your pipe tobacco is kind of going out, he does several quick puffs on his stem, like. Now, if I could just talk with the pipe in my mouth without holding it, that would be good. But that was another thing I learned from the YTPC, so thank you very much. I want this one talk with a pipe in their mouth. I haven't mastered it yet. If anyone has any tips or tricks, please let me know. Yeah, tarped up the firewood last week. It's just a matter of taking a staple gun, putting up the tarp, and then nailing some slat wood on top of that so the wind doesn't take it away during the wintertime with the cold, harsh winter wind that will blow through here in New Hampshire. Don't know how cold the winter's going to get. Also don't know if I have enough firewood for this year. I guess we're going to find out, huh? Let me ash my tobacco here. Just pour a little out there. There we go. Guess we're going to find out. We have these, what do they call them? Sawdust blocks that we have. We're going to be buying those occasionally to sort of like pad out the wood supply this year. Because, we don't want to go electric or gas because obviously everything's gone up. This could become my favorite pipe. But anyway, that's what we're going to do to pad out the wood. Christmas, ooh man, I hate to mention Christmas before Halloween, but it's going to be here before you know it. Really like this pipe. It's going to be here before you know it. I've already got my Christmas cards come back from the printer. I'm cutting way back on cards. I write my own. I write a lot of letters. That's one of the things I do that makes me happy. You just reach out to people. That's my quote-unquote love language. You write a letter to somebody, just say hey. That's my way of saying I want to. I wish to be more than an acquaintance. I wish to be a friend. How you doing? And that's it. To be honest, most people don't write back, and that's fine, because I get it. I mean, most people just don't write letters. That's just our modern life. But I'm happy if someone just acknowledges it. Thanks for the letter. That type thing. Started making my own cards because I got bored with what was on offer, because let's face it, a lot of them are pretty generic. You know what I mean? I like the old-fashioned, old-timey Christmas, but even that can be generic. If I don't know, it's hard. It's just hard to find Christmas cards that I really, really fire off my holiday appreciation. So I made my own. I just mixed like pop culture with Christmas, and this year it's the Golden Girls paired up with the Daleks from Doctor Who, and we'll see how that goes. To lead me up to Doctor Who's 60th anniversary next year, you have to find a way to squeeze 13 doctors into one card. 13 actors playing the same part. And I'm not talking about just recast in a different production, playing the same character. Also, I'd like to bring up the fact that one of the actors in Doctor Who got the world record for playing the same character with the widest interim between times. Why can't I know his name's Russell. Fred Russell? Pardon me, I'm getting his name wrong, but he played Ian Chesterton, the first Doctor's companion for I want to say 2 years or so before he and Barbara got dropped back in London. And that's all we saw of him up until the special last week. And when he leaned into the screen to mention the Doctor's a she, my jaw dropped because I was expecting some guest stars from the shows past, but I wasn't expecting him. So 57 years between playing the same character. Doesn't count audio scripts or anything like that. I think it's gone out. Anyway, up to 12 minutes. I just wanted to say, how you doing? I appreciate you, YTPC. I hear a lot of people are having their subscriptions somehow mysteriously knocked back. I noticed a couple of my subscriptions. A couple of people I wasn't subscribed to. I had to resubscribe to them. But I'm happy my count's going up. It's not something I obsess about very much. But I appreciate you, YTPC. And speak to you soon. All the best.